I am leaving in May of 2016. I know it's a big shock, but we needed to get a Rector search committee going, and we are in such great hands. This is a national search, and it takes just the best kind of folks. And so it was an easy thing to put these people on the Rector Search Committee. We just got everybody who had formerly worked for the Central Intelligence Agency and simply put them on because they have to do a lot of spy work throughout the country and the globe. They are so beautifully chaired by two former senior wardens. Would you please warmly welcome to the podium Bob Long and Gloria Pitzer for a report.
Good morning. Good morning. Just so there's no question, because Bob and I often get confused with each other, I'm Gloria Pitzer, and that's Bob Long. In the last 20 years, I've noticed that certain events in Ed Bacon's life tend to be brought up over and over and over again in sermons and announcements and forums and other communications. His collaborations with Oprah Winfrey and his visit to the Dalai Lama are two that come to mind. And by the way, do you know he wrote a book? So I'm sure that the announcement of his retirement in May 2016 is no surprise, since the subject has come up in sermons, email blasts, letters, and other communications no less than 47 times since Ed announced his intentions last November. Bob and I were appointed by the vestry in December to the challenging, rewarding, and somewhat intimidating task of leading the search committee to find a new rector. We met with the clergy deployment officer at the diocese to discuss our anticipated process and the role of the diocese in that. We had conversations with chairs of other search committees in the diocese who had recently gone through rector searches. And we met with Russ Coley and Elsie Sadler, who had chaired the search 20 years ago to bring Ed Bacon to us. We also began the process of identifying candidates to serve on the search committee to present to the vestry for approval in January. It was critical that those on the committee know All Saints well and basically have the church's DNA in their system, that they be wise, have good judgment, be able to work together in a cooperative and collaborative process, and have complementary skill sets. We also wanted to mirror the rich diversity of All Saints in terms of age, gender, sexual orientation, race, and perspective, and limit all of that to 15 people, counting Bob and I. A pretty formidable task, considering the wealth and talent we have at All Saints. I'm pleased to say that the committee, which was appointed by the vestry in January, is probably the most awesome in terms of gravitas, varying skill sets, hard work, and collaboration that I've ever had the pleasure to serve on at All Saints. Many of our members are here this morning, and I would like each of you to stand up if you're here. So if you have questions, that's who you go to. There's a rector search link on the All Saints website which shows our entire committee and will be updated with news and information as we go through this process over the course of the next 15 months. The website also contains contact information for Bob and me, and we welcome your thoughts, comments, or questions that you have at any time. Our committee and subcommittees have met and been working diligently over the last month, developing our process and timeline for the search, and Bob will be talking about that part of the process. But before I turn it over to Bob, I just wanted to say that there appears to be developing two factions on our committee as to how the search process should be conducted. One alternative, which possibly could be just mine, is to utilize the entire budget set aside for the search and hire the best scientific minds in DNA and cloning techniques to utilize the DNA of, among others, Ed Bacon, George Regas, Marcus Borg, Desmond Tutu, Martin Luther King Jr., Mother Teresa, Gandhi, Eddie Murphy, because we want this person to have a good sense of humor, and Oprah Winfrey, because we don't have to worry about finances. And out of all of this, to build our own composite rector that can lead All Saints into the future. Now Bob's going to talk about our other much more mundane alternative.
Actually, I'm not Bob Long, I'm Ed McMahon. Our committee has already hit the ground running and are working hard. Our hope is that by this time next year, our vestry will have approved a recommendation from our committee for the hiring of the next rector of All Saints Church. It's important for all of us to recognize the vestry whom you have elected is the people that we work for as the search committee. We're not working for the rector or for the diocese, we're working for the vestry, we're working for you to find the next great rector of All Saints Church. Our first milestone out there that we need to achieve is the preparation of a parish profile. The parish profile is basically a prospectus which describes our parish to prospective applicants and those that we want to get interested in coming to, potentially coming to Pasadena. It describes the church, and it also will list the qualities that we think are most important in the next rector of All Saints Church. Now, we're not going to create that out of whole cloth. We want you to help us participate in the preparation of that document. And there are two ways you can do that, two ways that you can help inform that process, and we actually hope that everybody in the parish takes advantage of both of these ways. The first is a survey that we are currently preparing that we hope to have available. We'll announce this to you. Gloria and I will get out an email blast to you when it becomes available, that you can either fill out online, which would be our preferred route to do it because it helps us compile the data, or if you choose not to, we'll also have hard copies available. This written survey will ask you a series of questions about your church, about what you think the strengths of the parish are, the areas where you think we need to be improved, and the qualities that you would like to see in the next rector of All Saints Church. The other, and also I think important way to gather your feedback will be through what we're going to call focus group work. Everyone in the parish, we're going to do focus groups of groups like the vestry committees and other groups around the parish, and we're also going to invite each of you to participate in a focus group. Now this will be, we're going to select 4 or 5 days, a couple during the week, a couple during the weekend, and invite you to come. We'll be divided into groups of about 10, 11 people. Each group will have a trained facilitator to facilitate the discussion, and someone there who will be trained as a scribe to make sure that we capture the thoughts that you provide in that process. We also hope to have, we're going to have a lot of these, so we're going to have a schedule to work out here that's going to be a little bit onerous to complete. We hope to have 1 or 2 members of our committee at each one of the focus groups so that we can hear what you have to say and collect all this information and help inform us in the preparing of the parish profile. So that'll be coming at you in the near future here as well. And as like I say, we hope all of you participate in that and share openly with your thoughts and ideas about that. We hope to have the parish profile completed and available. It'll be available to you online and probably by hard copy by May or so, at which point our position will be officially posted in the diocese and nationally. And we're going to do a lot of work between now and then in terms of beginning to identify potential candidates, but that's when the first posting of our opening will occur. So I invite you, as Gloria has done, to visit the link on the All Saints website to the Rector search. And as she had indicated, if you have any questions, comments, anything you'd like to share with either one of us on behalf of the committee, we are certainly welcome to take that and have discussions with any of you at any time along the way, and we'll do our best to try to keep you apprised of the important milestones as we cross them. Keep us in your prayers. This is, for all of us on this committee, a daunting task. I think this is maybe the hardest thing I've ever undertaken. And so we need your prayers and support throughout the whole process. Thanks a lot.